Welcome to this week's episode of What You Need to Know. Let me ask you a question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Everybody hates that interview question. I'm Courtney Kirschbaum, founder of Job Hunt School, and in this episode of What You Need to Know, we're going to tackle that question, and I'm going to give you some alternatives to answering it, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's underneath that question, because there's more to this question than meets the eye. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It puts you on the hot seat. But remember this about this question. The employer is looking for a couple of things. First, they want to know if you're going to stick around. Finding, interviewing, and hiring candidates is expensive. And for some jobs, it can take 6 months to a year to really learn the job. So if your plan is to be gone in 2 years, you might want to keep that to yourself. They're trying to hire someone who's going to stick around and gain institutional knowledge and add value. The next reason they're asking this question, where do you see yourself in 5 years, is because you might reveal something in the future that you wouldn't reveal in present tense. So here's a great way to answer that question. That depends. Can you tell me where you see your team, yourself, and this company in 5 years? The reason that works is because it turns this question around to where you're talking about your relationship with the company. They're not looking at you in 5 years, they're looking at you on their team working together. You can ask, that depends. Can you tell me how you see me adding value in this company over the next 5 years? That depends. Can you tell me where the last person who had this job is? That depends. What do you need most out of the person in this role? If you say that depends and start talking about your relationship with the company, you're in a much stronger position. Here's what you don't need to worry about. Having some perfect, I just looked inside a crystal ball or shook the magic 8-ball answer. This is them getting you to talk about yourself. Worst case scenario, you reveal something in the future tense that you wouldn't reveal in the present tense, so be careful. Also, don't say, oh, in 5 years, I see myself working for another company. Don't say, in 5 years, I see myself in your office. Just be honest and start talking about how you're going to progress in the role with the company in the future. One last thing. Where you are in 5 years is going to depend a lot on where your boss is in 5 years. So be discriminating and interview them. Ask them, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And listen to what they say, because you are hitching your wagon to their star, and where they go is where you might go. That's it for this episode of What You Need to Know. And no matter where you're going to be in 5 years, next week you want to be here, because we are going to talk about how you can get access to your HR files and what rights you have to have access to those files. So be sure to join us, and until then, good luck with your career, good luck with your job hunt, and make your move.